Welcome to the Mid Week Tease with me, Adelle Onyango, where I share some random and not too random thoughts on things. And in this episode, I want us to pause before we start thinking about next year, before the words like hope, what else do we say? Vision, goals, before even those words enter the room. I want us to pause, right? This is the final midweek tease episode of the year. And I really don't want it to sound like a wrap up. When I was thinking about what I want to leave you with, I wanted to leave you with a deep exhale. You know what I mean? Because the truth is, this year doesn't need to make sense yet, right? We don't need to sit here and start extracting lessons, which I think I used to do every other year before this. I don't think we need to reframe the year. I don't think we need to turn the pain we experienced this year into wisdom. I just want us to exhale and to tell the truth. I mean, for starters, for many of us, this year didn't look the way we thought it would. And we have been conditioned to believe that when things don't unfold the way we imagined, that something must have gone wrong. But what I've come to learn is sometimes a year doesn't fail, in quotes. It reveals, it reveals what was unsustainable. It reveals what was misaligned. It reveals what was costing you more than giving back. And we round this off to failure because it doesn't always look impressive on the outside. You know what I mean? It doesn't look glamorous. Because sometimes it looks like stillness or loss or even walking away without applause. So if you're listening to this and your year feels a bit unclear or unresolved or unfinished, that doesn't mean it was wasted. It just means it was real. I feel like this is more real than what you're probably going to see on social media, right? I think that there are things you survived this year that no one clapped for. At least that's 100% true for me. There are so many moments where you showed up when you were exhausted. There are so many days when you kept going without being certain why or even knowing what the end result was going to be. There's so many nights that you cried privately and you still got up in the morning and you showed up. You survived things this year that you never imagined would land in your life. And you did this surviving without announcing it, without it being celebrated, and without slowing your pace or the world down. And I feel like that kind of survival really does change you. Like it softens some parts of you, but it also hardens other parts of you. And it also leaves a fatigue, an exhaustion that has nothing to do with laziness. This year may also have asked you to grieve people who are still alive. I am smack in the middle of this, grieving friendships that just no longer fit with who you are, grieving connections that required you to shrink. Hey, that one. Oh my word, that one. Hey, grieving relationships that you loved, but you knew that you just couldn't keep. Maybe this year you outgrew people, and that is not betrayal, And grieving those endings doesn't make you dramatic. If anything, I applaud you because you have to let yourself process those feelings. It just means that you are honest enough to notice when something no longer matches who you're becoming. And some versions of you had to end so this current version of you could breathe. And that meant that many relationships and friendships had to end with those previous versions of you. And that kind of release, what I'm learning is that it's never clean. It's never black or white. It's tender, very delicate. It's confusing. Where? And it lingers. Another thing you might be feeling at the end of this year is a tiredness that sleep hasn't fixed. You know what I'm talking about? And if that's you, I want you to know that you're not lazy, you're not unmotivated, you are not broken. You may have just been carrying too much, and too much emotionally, relationally, internally. You've been holding it together. You've been trying to make sense of the unsaid. You've been managing expectations that were never yours to begin with. So, of course, you're tired, and there is nothing wrong with you feeling that. So, before we move forward, I want us to have a small moment of intention, just you and I in this moment. And I want you to ask yourself these three things. Number one, what are the three things that you are laying down, that you are releasing? You don't need to explain them. Just what are the three things that you are releasing? I can share one of mine with you. I am releasing the urge to abandon my emotional needs for love or for acceptance. I'm not only laying it down, I am throwing it on the floor. So, what are your three things? The next thing I want you to ask yourself, what is one thing you are proud of surviving? Not achieving, but surviving. The third thing, what is one truth you are carrying forward with you? Something that you know now about yourself, about life, about your limits. I'll answer this one. Oh, I just know I am powerful beyond my wildest dreams, beyond my capacity to imagine. I am so powerful. Even when I feel weak, even when I feel broken, I am so powerful. That is one truth I'm carrying forward with me. And when you're answering these three questions, I want you to know that you're not listing things that you're going to fix, okay? You are just acknowledging things. So, like, even if you choose to say them out loud, if you choose to drop them in the comment section, if you choose to write them, they're not for you to fix. You're just acknowledging. All right. So, as the year closes, I want you to know this. You don't have to make sense of everything tonight. You don't have to make sense of the year, please. I know that's what we're all posting on socials, but you don't have to. You don't have to be hopeful yet. You can sit in confusion if that's what 2025 gifted you. You don't have to be excited about what's next. Some of us are just too tired to be excited. I don't I mean, the only thing I'm excited about is meeting this new version of me and seeing what she gets up to in 2026. But I'm just so tired. I'm not even excited for like work or projects. I'm just like, hey, I'm tired. I want you to know that it is enough that you are here. At the end of the year, you're breathing, you're listening, you're still open. And I just want you to know that even if you're sitting at the end of the year feeling like the year is unfinished or unresolved or confusing, feeling that you're not yet hopeful enough or feeling tired or exhausted, I want you to know that I see you. And we will cross into whatever comes next gently and on our own time. It doesn't have to be January 1st. I am just so happy that you're here. And that counts for a lot. And if this episode resonated with you, number 1, Merry Christmas. And number 2, share it with someone that you love. Thanks for listening to the Mid Week Tease, a Legally Clueless Africa production. Episodes go out every Wednesday, and you can learn more about us by going to legallycluelessafrica.com.